What's up, Celtics fans? James Anderson here, bleeding green as always, and you won't believe the news that just dropped. Before we dive in, make sure to hit that subscribe button and smash that like link to support the channel. Now, let's get straight to this bombshell. Things are heating up in Boston, and these last-minute moves have caught everyone off guard. What's happening behind the scenes at TD Garden is about to shift the entire course of our season this February. Get ready, because the roster you know just went through a drastic change. Does this bold strategy actually make sense? What would you do if you were in Brad Stevens' shoes? The NBA trade market is on fire, and the Boston Celtics decided to shake things up once again this week. If you thought landing center Nikola Vucevic from the Chicago Bulls in exchange for Anthony Simons was going to be the only major move, you were dead wrong. The front office moved fast and just confirmed the departure of a player who carries the weight of being a former NBA champion. I'm talking about Chris Boucher, the 6'8" forward who's been shipped off to the Utah Jazz. This news hit like a ton of bricks because even though he wasn't seeing heavy minutes, his veteran presence and that 2019 title run with the Raptors brought some serious championship DNA to our bench. Boucher only suited up for 9 games this season in Boston, logging just over 90 minutes on the floor, which honestly shows that the coaching staff just couldn't find a fit for him in Joe Mazzulla's system. But the big question hanging over us die-hard fans is the real motive behind such a sudden move here in February 2026. Looking at Brad Stevens' strategy objectively, everything points to this being a move to clear roster space, and more importantly, save precious cap space under these strict luxury tax rules. The Utah Jazz have been one of the most aggressive teams this trade deadline and saw Boucher as a market opportunity. While for us, that open roster spot is a clear signal that something bigger might be on the way. The suspense is real regarding who will take that spot, especially with the buyout market approaching, where high-level veterans often become available after contract negotiations. The fan base on social media is split. Many are questioning if giving up a champion for financial flexibility is an unnecessary risk at such a pivotal point in the regular season. On the flip side, trust in the front office remains high, and many believe this is just the first step in a masterstroke to bolster the squad before the playoffs. Seeing a talent like Boucher leave without getting a real chance to shine in Celtics green is frustrating, but in the modern NBA, every cent and every bench spot are pieces in a high-stakes game of chess. Stay tuned, because the Celtics likely aren't done yet, and it feels like Brad Stevens' phone is ringing off the hook. And if you think that was the only surprise of the week, brace yourselves, because what went down on the court against the Houston Rockets defied every stat sheet and left ESPN and TNT analysts speechless, revealing an unlikely new hero that nobody saw coming. That victory against the Houston Rockets was, without a doubt, one of the most improbable and spectacular wins of this 2026 season. Even shorthanded, without Jaylen Brown and Sam Hauser, the Celtics steamrolled them 114-93, but the box score only tells half the story. The real headline was seeing Derek White finally return to his offensive peak. After a brutal January where he struggled with his shot, White took the reins and delivered a masterpiece with 28 points and 8 assists. He was the engine that kept Boston on track, especially in the third quarter where he rattled off 14 straight points, proving his confidence is officially back. However, what truly shocked the fans was Joe Mazzulla's starting lineup. Seeing Ron Harper Jr. making his first career start alongside Luka Garza and Neemias Queta was a daring experiment that paid off big time. Harper Jr. played like a seasoned vet, putting up 11 points and 8 boards, and he didn't blink even when matched up defensively against Kevin Durant. He showed incredible basketball IQ for a young player, proving that the Celtics player development system is still elite. Meanwhile, in the paint, the story got even wilder. With all the hype surrounding Nikola Vucevic's debut, it was Neemias Queta and Luka Garza who stole the show. Quaida was a monster on the glass, pulling down 17 rebounds, and he starred in the most bizarre and incredible play of the year. He was literally in the stands chatting with a fan, saw the play coming back his way, sprinted onto the court, and swatting a shot for a sensational block. That kind of energy defines the spirit of this squad. Garza wasn't far behind, contributing 19 points and playing lockdown defense against Alperen Sengun. The immediate impact of these players raises a legitimate question about what the rotation looks like now that Vucevic is officially in the mix. Our bench depth seems to have hit a new level, and Mazzulla's dilemma will be how to distribute these minutes without killing the rhythm of the guys playing so well. Seeing the grit from these young players on a night when everything was stacked against us is exactly the fuel fans need to believe in a title run. The locker room chemistry looks unbreakable, and every win like this solidifies the feeling that we have enough pieces to take on any challenge. But despite all the hype from the win and the individual performances, there's a question in the air that could completely flip the team's dynamic in the coming weeks. And the fallout might be deeper than we realize. To wrap up everything we've seen today, the Boston Celtics are at a strategic crossroads between saving money with Boucher's exit and a technical explosion of young guns like Quaida and Harper Jr. on the floor. This win against the Rockets proved we have depth, but is relying solely on youth a safe bet for a team hunting for a ring? Now I want to hear from you. Was this move to trim the roster a stroke of genius or a massive mistake by Brad Stevens? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I'll be reading them all. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one.